Welcome to the Sports with Aliyah Talk Show. I am so excited about this interview today because he is a Wichita legend. Everyone here seems to know and love him so much. Nico Hernandez, thank you so much for coming on to my show today. I'm so excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to kind of let everybody get to know me a little bit and talk about myself and my career.
Yeah, so let's just start. So can you just give me a background of who you are and what you do?
All right, my name's Nico Hernandez. I'm 24 years old. I'm a professional boxer now. I went to the Olympics in 2016. Brought back a bronze medal for like the first time in men's USA boxing in like 8 years. Started boxing at 9 years old, like 50 pounds. Have 130 amateur boxing matches, 12 losses, and now I'm professional, 7-0 with 5 knockouts. Now I just plan on trying to escalate my career and keep moving up.
Yep, well that's a short version, so now we'll get more in depth of everything. So when did you first start boxing?
I first started boxing when I was 9. I was I was playing basketball, playing soccer, and I kind of just, when we would lose, I would blame it on my teammates. And so my uncle asked me if I wanted to box, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. My mom and dad didn't want me to. Mm-hmm. So I went to the boxing gym, and I got in there with like 3 different people, came out all bloody and stuff. But I was like 50 pounds, a little dude. And I came out of the ring, my dad's like, you still want to do this? I'm like, yeah. So I did it and ended up winning my first fight after training for like 3 days. Went to a big tournament after like 2 months and won that whole thing. And then just kept on winning. I just love the feeling of getting my hand raised and I guess just being victorious.
Yeah. Well, and then you also mentioned you kept blaming your teammates. So when it's boxing, it's all on you. So did you like that, I guess, pressure of, if you lose, it's all on you, but if you win, it's also all on you?
Yeah, and of course, there's pressure, but I don't know. I look at it if I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm trained like I'm supposed to train, then I don't really have nothing to worry about. Yeah. And if I lose, then I know I'm gonna, not go. I'm gonna go out with the fight. Yeah. And just put my all into it. As if I was playing basketball or soccer and I was doing my best, and sometimes it's still not enough. But in boxing, you kind of just put the pressure on yourself and make yourself go and do what you got to do.
Yeah, I love that. I work really well under pressure too. It kind of reminds me of in school when I'd be procrastinating something and then it's due the next day. I'm like, oh, so much pressure, I can't do it. So I kind of know that feeling. So that's awesome.
So yeah, we be working out, and you gotta. It's a lot of mental stress and stuff you gotta go through. Just pushing yourself, waking yourself up, eating the right things, sleeping right, and just kind of staying healthy and stuff, and just staying on track and not letting the outside stuff get to you.
Yeah. Well, and especially here, Wichita is such a small town. Well, yeah. People would beg to differ, but it is pretty small. Everyone seems to know everyone. So right. I know that when you start succeeding, it comes with a lot of haters, which is sad to say. So how do you kind of block out all of the noise?
I tell people that a lot of times, I got a lot of haters in my city. They're like, nah, your Wichita loves you. I'm like, yeah, Wichita loves me, but that's only the part that you guys see. You guys don't see the negative feedback that I get and stuff, people try to start trouble with me if they see me out just because they know who I am. I get paid to fight. I'm not about to be out here fighting on the street for free. So
that's awesome. And then growing up, did you have a friend also? I think I've heard about him before.
Yeah,
can you tell me a little bit about that friend?
Okay, yeah, my friend was Tony Los. He was more like a brother. I met him in 2005 when I started boxing. And we kind of just grew up on together and got real close. Him and my father got real close. My dad started coaching him and stuff, and he moved in with us and shared a room with him, shared the same bed as me and stuff, and kind of just had this, he was always bragging about me. He was like my big brother, so he'd keep me in check and make sure I'm training and stuff. But our plan was to go to the Olympics in 2016 together, and he ended up getting in an accident and passing away in 2013 or 2014, something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just it's a lot of motivation too, because I know that he'd want to be here right with me, and our plan was to go to the Olympics together and then turn professional right after that. And he was ranked second in the United States too. So
that's crazy.
So yeah.
So did you learn a lot from him then?
Yeah, I learned a lot from him. Just in boxing, life, like everything. You know, he taught me everything. Went and got me my first fade. You know, like my first edge up and stuff. Taught me how to dress, like everything. Like it's like my big brother that I never had. So.
Yeah, because I remember around the Olympics. So I've actually been kind of like following your journey. Even before I was a sports reporter, we went to all of your watch parties.
Oh,
it
nice.
was at some restaurant, but I just remember going. Yes. Yeah. And it was just a big party, and I just remember hearing that story and just being so inspired. So would you definitely say that is kind of what helped you get, because we'll talk about the Olympics here in a second, but would you say that kind of pushed you to succeed even more on that journey?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely made me want to push even more, because I know if he was here, you know, he would be right there next to me doing the same thing. But I don't know, I have a lot of motivation. You know, Tony, I mean, I had big brothers that passed away before me. They were twins. That's where I got my name. One was Nico, one was Miguel. So my name's Nico Miguel Martinez Hernandez. But yeah, them, and then I got my son. And just, you know, like when I was little, I didn't have a lot growing up. You know, growing up on the north side, and just sometimes I wouldn't be able to pay bills. You know, had to heat up the water on the stove. Just simple things like that. And then going to Russia, like starting to travel around and see different parts of the world and different stages. Seeing people have things like made me want to, like, dang, I want that. And now, like, I don't know, I like having expensive things, and so like you got to work for it. If you want, if that's the kind of lifestyle you want, then you got to go get it. You ain't got no other choice.
Yeah, I love that. So now the Olympics, what was the process of qualifying in the first place for that?
It was a long process. So they have tournaments for like 4 years, national tournaments, probably like 2 a year from like 2012 to 2016. So each national champion that wins each of those tournaments, after all those years, then they all meet up at the end at the Olympic trials.
Okay, gotcha.
So once you all meet up at the end, it's for everybody from the United States. You all go against each other. So it's like an 8-man bracket, I think it was, and double elimination. So I ended up winning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Of the trials? And
I beat the number guy, at the trials. So I beat the number 1 guy on Wednesday. He's like older, he's probably like 30. I was like 20. And so I ended up beating him. I got a rest for 2 days. And his double elimination, so I had to fight him again on Friday. And I ended up losing to him on Friday. So I'm like, man, I'll go back to the locker room. I'm like, all right, I got one more chance. Like, I know what I got to do. Saturday championship came, and I beat him. And I got my spot on the U.S. team. And that still doesn't qualify you for in the boxing. Like, even though you're number 1 USA, like, you got to go to Continentals, which was in Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina.
I had no idea about that.
So yeah, we had to go there, and we had to place top 2. We had to get at least silver in order to make it on the Olympic team. So I went there and I fought 4 or 5 times, and I placed. I got the silver medal there, and I got my Olympic spot. Called my family like, hey, I got it. They were all happy. Started posting and stuff, and just went back home, and I don't know. There was just so much love for me, you know.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was just crazy, like going from nothing and then being like on top of the world when you come back to your city. It's crazy seeing like all the support and stuff, and
everyone knew your name.
Yeah,
like, who are you?
Like, and still I go everywhere and everybody still knows my name. Like, so like I do have a lot of pressure. I mean, I gotta be. It's like I got eyes on me at all times, you know.
Definitely.
So I gotta act a certain way, and I don't know.
I know. I definitely know what you're saying with that, because even in the media, it's like people just like, you don't realize how many eyes you have on you. And what I've realized is with my content, people won't like it or comment, but then they'll be like, oh, I saw you did this, and this. And I'm like, I had no idea you saw that.
Yeah, like, so it's weird. Like, I've been in like the bar or something, and someone would like send a picture to like one of my family members or my friends, like, what? That's like, what are you doing here?
That's funny. So then now, the actual Olympics, did you feel like an underdog the whole time, or did you feel like I've already proven myself time and time again, I've got this?
No, I did feel like an underdog. I was like ranked one of the lowest there out of all the other countries and stuff, and so I was an underdog, but I would walk out of the tunnel, you know, there'd be thousands of fans, but they wasn't chanting for us to win. They was booing us. they was saying a chant, actually, the Brazilians. It's they're saying cut his effing head off. I guess that's what it means in Brazilian or whatever, Portuguese, but
that's crazy.
But yeah, I would walk out and they were booing. I was like, all right,
I got this.
Like, I mean, I guess the pressure's on you to win, dude. So do what you gotta do.
See, from my standpoint, from watching this all unfold, not only from Wichita, but like on social media, everyone loves the good underdog story. So I feel like we've had supporters from countries and states where they have no idea who you are, but they, whoever broadcasted the fights did a really good job at telling your story. So I feel like a lot of people also just wanted to see you win because of that. Yeah. So I feel like that's good. But
yeah, so I have like a lot of fans from other countries. Like they'll send me like fan mail and pictures of myself and like asking to sign it and send it back.
Wow.
Like, well, I don't even like know none of these people, but I'm getting all this mail from other countries and just people is just so crazy to me. But I'm not where I want to be yet, like at all. But I'm working on it, and it just takes time. In boxing, it's kind of harder than other sports because, I mean, I don't really got nobody to back me up, you know? It's just myself trying to make it. So, I mean, we talk to certain people, like they say it's not about what you know, it's kind of about who you know. And, you know, since I'm from Kansas, we don't got boxing here like that. So it's a little bit harder, but I'm going to make it work.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You've been making it work all this time. So then now, let's just talk about that transition, because you go to the Olympics and you take home bronze, which is incredible. That's crazy. And so then now, like, things die down and it's harder to get, start back up. So what have you seen? Like, has the support wavered a little bit, and like now people just seem to, that's in the past and forget, or do you feel like you still have that support system?
I feel like I still have the support system. Definitely, if I come back here and fight here again, well, I'm supposed to have a fight in August. It's actually a bare knuckle fight, though.
Yeah, we'll touch on that, because I feel like that needs to be talked about. But
yeah, I feel like my support system is still big here. I mean, the haters are still here too. But
But you'll
I don't focus on them. I'm not worried about none of them. Just all I'm focused is on me, myself, and my family, trying to make it to the top and make it out and make a life for my little one.
Yeah, so you just stay in your lane, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm on my own business.
Yeah, exactly. So then, can you explain for the viewers, Olympics and professional are two different things? Is that correct? Can you just kind of explain the difference between the two?
Okay, so the Olympics, you're doing 3 rounds, 3 minutes. And 2016 was the first year that they took off the headgears in the Olympics, and that's the year I went. So, I mean, the only difference is, I guess you wear a shirt, and you only go 3 rounds. And now professional is just like 10, 12 rounds.
It's a lot.
And you figure out who you're going to fight before you fight. And amateurs, it'd be like a tournament. We'd fight every day, have to make weight every single morning. And it was hard, but I like the professionals because they give us a little bit more time to train and get our bodies right. You don't got to stay at the same weight every single day.
So then, what do you like better, fighting than the 3 rounds, or like a lot of rounds?
I mean, I try to get them out of there as fast as I can. I don't get paid. I don't get paid for overtime, but
that's amazing.
But yeah, I like the professionals better just because I can take my time a little bit, pick my shots a little bit more, and amateurs, you got to kind of go out there and just throw and get as many shots as you can while you can.
Yeah, well, I was actually at your first professional fight here, and you did a good job, and it really didn't last very long at all. So what was that like, getting to do your first professional fight in front of your Wichita fan base?
Oh, man, that was crazy. Walking out of the tunnel, hearing everybody, Nico, Nico. I was like, wow, like looking in the stands, seeing everybody, and it was just a lot different from the Olympics because they were chanting for me at home, and when I was at the Olympics, they're booing me. But no, it was a great experience being able to put on for the city in front of everybody and seeing all the support there and seeing everybody come out to watch. There's not very much to do in Wichita, so when I do get a fight and put on a show for everybody, it's fun, and it gives everybody something to do.
Yeah. Who would you say is now your biggest inspiration, or who was growing up and now who is?
I don't know. I really didn't really look up to nobody like that. I mean, there was a lot of people that I didn't want to be like.
That's true, and that's just as helpful.
So yeah, I feel like that was as helpful, growing up like that, I don't really tell a lot about myself, but I mean, growing up, it was kind of hard for me when I was a little bit littler, you know, seeing both of my parents, just seeing them tweaking out and stuff like that. Sometimes I wouldn't go to school, you know, they wouldn't take me to school and stuff, but I don't know, they got their life together. You know, my father, you know, he manned up and started doing what he had to do and started taking care of. My mom left us at like when I was like 11 years old, and my brothers and sisters we all stayed with my dad, so he took care of us from then.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know, I guess growing up like that just makes me want to do better and want better for myself and my family.
I feel like when you do grow up like that, you have that sort of I got myself mentality, so I can see why like you're kind of your own inspiration, like to better yourself. So I love that you shared that. And I feel like now you can just set that example for your son. And I feel like there's a lot of people watching, even if they're not athletes, but that have gone through some adversity. So I feel like what you're sharing has really helped them.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of athletes come from broken backgrounds. So I mean, I feel like it motivates you, it pushes you to like, cause I mean, you don't really see no rich kids go out there and box. You know, it's kind of like something you gotta want. Like, it's a tough sport, tough, lonely sport. Like, go to training camps away from your family for like 6 weeks at a time, 8 weeks at a time, a couple months. Just not being able to see everybody, training, wake up, eat, train, nap, eat, train again, eat, go to sleep, wake up, next same thing, and every single day. It's a lot of work, but I mean, I know it'll be worth it in the end.
For sure.
Boxing's all I know. I mean, I got a full ride scholarship to WSU. I just don't know what I want to do yet. I'm trying to get the boxing career figured out while I'm young still, so I can go ahead and get that over with, and I don't know, see where it takes me.
Yeah, well, I mean, sports management is always a good option. But anyway, so I feel like while we're on this subject real quick, you know, you talk about a lot of athletes do come from broken backgrounds, and so you hear about like their beginnings, and then you always see their end. But did you ever have a point like before you made it? And I would say like the Olympics is when like I feel like obviously you're still going up and up and up. But that was a point where I feel like you look back and you're like, I can't believe I've come this far. But did you have a moment of weakness where you thought I can't do this?
I did, and as you were saying, self-motivation. You know, it really wasn't all me. It was a big part of it was my father. He was there pushing me a lot too. You know, after I grew up a little bit and started boxing, he had his stuff together by then, and you know, just pushed me every day. Like, either he said boxing is either something you're gonna do or something you're not gonna do. You can't do it halfway or else it's not gonna work out. You know, like this is a sport you get hurt in, and so I'm like, I listened to him and woke me up and trained me and been training me since I was 9 years old, and so and I'm here now, and thank God for him because he pushed me a lot and made me go work out and do stuff that I didn't want to do, but now I'm here, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and obviously like he pushed you a lot physically, and like that speaks for itself. But you do talk about the mental aspect of boxing. So for people watching at home, because I feel like every sport applies to life. So I know a lot of people watching this aren't going to be boxers, but people do go through rough patches. So what's your approach mentally to have clarity and just to keep pushing mentally?
Like I said, boxing is really like, it prepares you for life. Like, you can be fighting and be at the top, and 1 minute you lose, like nobody wants to remember, you know, like you're just back at the bottom, like where you started. So it's kind of hard to keep going, but if you lose, then you're done. If not, then you're up there. You get knocked down, but you got to get back up, you know. And there's gonna be bumps in the road, just like with everything else you do. Like, it's not even just boxing, like it's just life. But
for sure. But
yeah, if you put in the work to be great and put in the work to do what you want to do, whether it's writing, singing, boxing, like a doctor, as long as you do what you got to do, then there ain't gonna be no problem. You're gonna get to where you want to be.
That's great. That's really good advice. So now let's talk about, I feel like a lot of people that have been watching your journey, you do have a fight coming up.
Yeah.
Why? What bare knuckles? Like, that's so. Like, what is making you want to do that, and what's the major differences?
Well, what's making me want to do? I guess I'm just a fighter, and I mean, it's just boxing without the gloves, and I feel like I'm fighting an MMA fighter, and he's been talking a lot of trash, but I feel like there ain't no MMA fighter that's gonna stand up with me and beat me at boxing, just throwing hands. Like, that's just what I was born to do since I was 9 years old, and that's kind of why I'm taking the fight. I just feel like I got nothing to worry about. Just boxing with no gloves.
Like, that.
If anything, they should be worried about the other guy.
That's true. That's very true.
I don't know why everybody's like, "Why are you doing this?" Like,
yeah.
You should probably go ask my opponent that.
That's amazing.
This is what I've trained to do since I was 50 pounds.
Yeah, and I feel like you gotta spice things up sometimes.
Yeah,
like, you gotta try something new.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try something new, like MMA, and then this came up. I never even knew this existed until they approached me, and I guess it's only legal in like 7 states.
Wow.
So.
And Kansas is one of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Kansas is one of them. I'm their first Olympic medalist that's gonna be fighting, and usually everybody that does this is a little bit older, but I decided to go ahead and do it while I'm young, because I'm young and I got my skills right now while I wait till I'm old.
Well, and you've gone against, like, for the Olympics, really older guys too, so you're used to this. So can you tell them a little bit of details, like where is it, when is it? I mean, I know with COVID things are ever changing, but as of right now, what's going on?
As of right now, it's going to be August 21st at the Interest Bank Arena.
Ooh, okay, so you're on the big stage.
Yeah, so it's going to be, that's another reason why I took it, because I haven't fought, I fought surrounding areas, Kansas Star, Hartman Arena, but not inside of my city, and this is inside of my city. The biggest arena we got, I couldn't say no. Like, I'm excited, and get to bring the city out, and it's right there downtown, so I know a lot of people didn't go because they didn't have rides and stuff, and now they're going to be able to make it.
Exactly. That's amazing. Yeah. So I'm so excited for you. And so before we close off, what would you want your legacy to be? What, if anyone gets anything from this interview or seeing you fight, what do you want them to take away? What do you want to leave behind?
Man, just don't stop chasing your dreams. Like, no matter what you do, make it work. If you want it to work, then you're going to make it work. And put in the hard work, and you'll come out successful and get what you've been working for. And that's really all I can say. And don't let nothing hold you back, and just keep pushing to the top.
Yeah, well, that really helps me too. I'm always needing a pick-me-up, so that's good advice.
And when you do get knocked down, just think, like, you can't be down on yourself. You gotta think about it, like, man, like, you gotta think about what you gotta do next in order to make things better again. And just pick yourself back up and keep it moving. Awesome. It's kind of what I do. I just hit a lot of bumps in the road, but I'm still here, trying to make a way. So
yeah, that's awesome. So where can people follow you then on your journey? Social medias, go ahead and plug them.
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram, Twitter, Nico M. Hernandez, and it'd be the one with the blue check mark.
I know, yeah. Verified. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and also opening up. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. And thank you all for watching. You can follow me on all social medias. It's Funschelle18. And don't forget to like the Sports with Aliyah Facebook and YouTube page. Thanks.